I'd like to invite the programming director of MuslimArc to the podium, Marguerite Hill. Marguerite is an educator with many years of experience in curriculum design, in teaching in the classroom, in training teachers. She's also a writer and a blogger and a professional development coordinator. So we're really pleased with our collegial relationship with Marguerite and her organization.
It's definitely an honor to be here. We've done a few on-the-ground events, but this event today is really representing what we envision, what MuslimArc is about, which is about education, about putting knowledge into practice. So with the hope, what I hope to do is within a short time is to provide a general background of Muslim Anti-Racism Collaborative in our work, and how this event today is really embodying what our vision. So this is actually us actualizing our vision and our dream and our hope for the community. And we're really excited to do this in Southern California. Okay, so Muslim Anti-Racism Collaborative, it really began from social media, and many of the members, we actually were all across the country in different states, and we found each other through social media. It started inspired by the work of Dawood Walid, who took a lot of courage to actually address anti-Black racism on social media. And for several months, he was politely asking people to not use an Arabic racial slur, abid, which referred to Africans and and Black people. So a lot of us became very concerned about the nature of the discussion. There was a lot of pushback. And so we hoped that we could deal with an approach that could be both proactive and that can heal some of those rifts in the community. I'm a big dreamer, and I came to her with a kind of a really rough, crazy dream and blueprint of providing educational resources, both online training and eventually on the ground training, so that people could go out that Muslims could go out to their community and train people, really with a focus both on the Islamic schools, or where Muslims are located, but also in various masajid and community centers. When we first started the campaign, we started during Black History Month. We had no idea what we were getting into. We both were unemployed, and we had this big dream, and we started with several hashtag campaigns. The first one is being Black and Muslim, and here you could see some of the tweets. And we did garner international attention, and we found that the response was so positive and the response was so strong that we decided to commit. We felt like there was a mantle that was put upon us, that Allah called us to do this work. And alhamdulillah, the community has responded so positively to this work that this is a need for our community. We do need certain skills. We need interpersonal skills. We need to uproot racism within ourselves, because we live in a global society where racism is ordering how we interact with each other and creating hierarchies. And in order to become better brothers and sisters, we have to really address racism, which does divide us. Racism, ethnic chauvinism, asabiya was a problem during the prophetic time, and it's still a problem today. Anti-racism work is soul work. That is because there are psychological and spiritual detriment that racism brings, that it affects us in many ways. And so we hope that we can kind of bring this message across today, and it's continual work. The idea, we hope today, that we all address our niyyah, that we address our intention, that we are here not to please Allah, that we are allies of one another to please Allah, and that we are addressing the injustice of racism, the psychological and egotistical issues of race and ethnic chauvinism for the sake of Allah. So our work here is trying to put knowledge into practice where we can bring about personal change. And through the personal change, we can affect we can affect our societies, our communities and societies. And so this is the basis of our work, which means it's not just learning. We can't just open a book and learn anti-racism, that we must do anti-racism. And so I know many of you have been working on this. You're here because you're already convinced, right? So it's like, we're already starting with we're not starting with a clean slate. You are anti-racism. We're just trying to be able to be more effective in our anti-racism and work on developing skills both as we deal with some of the internal things and the external, and that we can apply these in helping those in our community who may be suffering from the sickness of racism or ethnic chauvinism.